On the morning of September 7th, 1997, just one day after the world watched Princess Diana's funeral, another quiet process began far from the cameras. Inside royal offices and legal chambers, her personal belongings were carefully documented, including one collection that carried enormous emotional weight: her jewelry. These were not simply expensive gemstones. Every sapphire, pearl, and diamond had become part of Diana's public identity, telling stories of love, independence, heartbreak, and resilience. As the world mourned the people's princess, an even quieter question remained unanswered. What would become of the jewels she had worn throughout one of the most watched lives in modern history? Long before her death, Diana had already separated her jewelry into two distinct categories. Following her divorce from Prince Charles in 1996, royal protocol required her to return jewels that belonged to the crown or had only been loaned to her by Queen Elizabeth II. Those historic tiaras and heirlooms went back to the royal collection. But the pieces Diana personally owned, gifts, purchases, and treasured favorites, remained legally hers. Among them were her iconic sapphire engagement ring, her layered pearl chokers, her aquamarine jewelry, and several pieces she had chosen herself rather than inherited through royal tradition. Months before her passing, Diana famously auctioned dozens of her dresses to raise millions for charity, yet she refused to sell her jewelry, suggesting these pieces meant something far more personal. Her will made her wishes remarkably clear. Diana left her personal possessions, including her jewelry, in trust for her two sons, Princes William and Harry. The estate would safeguard the collection until they were older, with the hope that many of the pieces would one day be passed on to their future wives. It was a practical legal arrangement, but it also revealed something deeply personal. Diana seemed determined that her jewelry would remain part of her family's future, rather than disappear into museum collections or royal vaults. Among all her jewels, none became more famous than the sapphire engagement ring she selected in 1981. Unlike previous royal engagement rings, it came from a commercial jeweler's catalog instead of being custom-made, a choice that made Diana seem refreshingly relatable to the public. After her separation from Charles, she continued wearing the ring, simply moving it to a different finger. Following her death, the ring remained hidden from public view for more than a decade, preserved within the family's private collection. Its return became one of the most emotional moments in modern royal history. In 2010, Prince William proposed to Catherine Middleton using his mother's sapphire ring. According to royal accounts, Prince Harry had encouraged William to use it so Diana could somehow be part of the proposal. When Catherine appeared wearing the ring, millions instantly recognized it. The jewel had become more than an engagement ring. It had transformed into a symbol linking two generations of the royal family while keeping Diana's memory alive. Another treasured piece followed a different path. Diana's striking aquamarine jewel, which she wore during the final months of her life, eventually came into Prince Harry's possession. In 2018, Meghan Markle wore it during the evening reception following her wedding to Harry. Although Buckingham Palace never formally explained the transfer, the appearance of the jewel sparked worldwide attention. For some, it represented Diana's blessing carried into a new chapter of the family. Others viewed it as a deeply personal tribute from Harry to his bride. Meanwhile, many people wondered whether Queen Camilla would ever wear Diana's jewelry after marrying King Charles. The answer, according to public records, is no. Camilla built her royal collection using jewels loaned by Queen Elizabeth II and historic pieces from the royal collection, not items inherited from Diana's estate. Even after becoming queen, her official appearances featured centuries-old royal heirlooms, rather than jewelry associated with the late Princess of Wales. It was a careful distinction that helped avoid further public controversy while respecting the emotional significance attached to Diana's personal belongings. One piece from Charles and Camilla's past, however, continued to attract attention. Years before Charles married Diana, he had commissioned a bracelet engraved with the intertwined initials G and F, private nicknames shared between Charles and Camilla. Diana later revealed that discovering the bracelet before her wedding left her devastated. Although historians have documented its existence, there is no verified public evidence showing Camilla wearing that bracelet after Diana's death. Like many deeply personal objects connected to the royal family, it disappeared from public view, leaving only speculation behind. Unlike royal jewels displayed in museums or listed in official collections, Diana's personal jewelry has largely remained private. Estate records detailing these items were never fully released, and many pieces have simply vanished from public attention. Researchers continue to distinguish between what can be confirmed through photographs and legal documents, and what remains hidden behind the privacy of the royal family. Some jewels continue to appear during historic moments, while others have not been seen for decades. Perhaps that is what makes Diana's jewelry so fascinating. These gems are valuable not only because of the diamonds or sapphires they contain, but because every appearance carries a story. Some pieces have become symbols of continuity, worn by the next generation of royals. Others remain tucked away, preserved as private reminders of a woman whose influence still shapes the monarchy, nearly 3 decades after her passing. In the end, Diana's greatest legacy was never simply the jewelry itself, but the memories, emotions, and history each piece continues to carry whenever it catches the light once again.